Got a call on Wednesday after Hurricane Harvey hit from my wife. Apparently she'd been watching the news, and the mayor down in Port Arthur issued a cry out for anyone with a boat to come and help evacuate people, because most of the boats locally had already started helping out in Houston and some of the other areas. So Port Arthur was in a bind. She called me because she knew that I had a boat, obviously, and I'd already expressed some interest to her in going down to help out in Houston, but we found out that there was plenty of help down there. It took me probably 8 hours between making the decision and actually arriving in Port Arthur, because the roads down were flooding as I went down there. I was using a mapping software to get down there, and every time I looked at the software it was changing my route because more roads were closing. At one point I was on a road that I couldn't see, in water that was coming up into my cab of my truck as I was going down the road trying to get down to Port Arthur. So the going was pretty slow to get down there. The amount of devastation by the time I got there was phenomenal. There was water literally everywhere. You could not see dry land. In many places everything was wet. The roads were covered in water. Everywhere I went I was driving through water and pushing a bow wave in front of my truck. One of the Walmarts in Port Arthur was a staging center there, and we had to drive again through 2 feet of water for probably 3 miles of that route just to get to the staging area. And when I arrived at the Walmart parking lot, it was one of the most amazing sights that I think I've ever seen, because as far as you could see throughout that parking lot, which was one of the few dry spots around, the parking lot was full of boats, of people who had come down from all over the country looking for an opportunity to help, to serve, and to take care of the people who had been impacted by Hurricane Harvey in Port Arthur. And we just went from one apartment to the next, to the next, to the next, picking up people who needed help, picking up people who needed to get out of where they were, and taking them to collection points that the National Guard had set up. The spirit and the outpouring of support and love for the people impacted by Harvey was remarkable, and just attests to the spirit of this nation. We may be hit by phenomenal disasters, hurricane after hurricane, 5 feet of water in one day, and the spirit of the nation is, okay, now it's our turn. Now we'll take care of our people. And that to me was the spirit and the true story of Harvey. If there was anything that I could do to lighten the load for someone, I felt compelled to do that. And I think that's part of the spirit of this organization that we work for, because I was not the only person who went down there. I know I wasn't. I know we sent truckloads, busloads of people down there to help, and that's just the spirit of this organization, and just part of Texas. That is who we are.